Go in maps, screenshot of my world map. I'll just go and because I don't want to load up one of those test mode. Actually, it's probably easier. I go spawn test. Yeah, I need like a full screen at those. In order to do that, I'll need to travel. Yeah, because I can't really do. I'll get a screenshot anyways. We'll just have to figure this. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just. Hmm. Trying to think about how I want to do this. Yeah, it's good. Hmm. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, basically trying to do like a 3D world map that I think I had mentioned it a little while ago. To a couple different people actually. Um, this is like a temporary image. So this is for me to figure out where everything's at, except I'm missing all, like pretty much all the location names, so figure that out. I don't have like an edited image with all that on it. I just have the maps. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh, I mean, I know how I'm gonna do it. I just don't want to. Don't want to do it. Have to. Well, I got the start of it going. I have the pawn and the movement stuff, but it's I'm not really sure how I want to implement it yet. Like I'm still kind of like not decided on that because right now it's its own map, and you can kind of just like you can only go on one axis with this pawn. You can only move X and Y, obviously. Uh, it's constrained on the other like the axis. You can't go, up and down with it. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how I want to implement this because I can't have. I mean, I don't know if I want it to be like a level that is like loaded in, or I'm not really. Or I could have like a scene render sort of thing, but I don't really. I don't think I want to do that. That's I don't know. So I'll have to figure out how I want to do this because there's multiple ways that I can implement something like this, or that anybody can implement something like this. But um, in terms of like what you go with, it's kind of just based on the projects. I don't know how I'm gonna get. I mean, because I can barely fucking see. But the idea is like this is gonna be kind of like an overworld sort of map. you come in here and you can go to all the other different regions and just a more interactive way. Because I feel like if I'm gonna do it like that, you know, where they're the whole continent itself is split up into like smaller and uh medium-sized worlds, if you will, like countries or regions. I need some way to make it creatively fun, I guess, it needs to feel good. And one of the things I noticed that did that for me and like in Shadow of War, because those are all, the way they have that game
Thank you.
is it's all, they have different map regions that you go to and you travel, and they're individual maps, right? Or regions, and one of the things that really did, made it kind of um made it feel more seamless is its map. Like I really liked the 3D sort of interactive um map where it's kind of like the camera view sort of angled like down a little bit, sort of like this. I mean, I'll have to get it right. I mean, I'll have to get it where I want it, for this. And obviously this image you're seeing here again is just it's just a like a template image that for me to work on, and I'm gonna eventually put the locations on it, so that I know where everything's at, and I can kind of like outline around that. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out you know what the correct angle is and how um if I was thinking of also if I'm gonna do this, another cool thing that I would like to do is like when you are hovering over a location that you can travel to, like a region, like say like one of these each of these is like a country or region on the old world map, right? So like when you're hovering over that spot, that it kind of maybe like zooms down on that spot, and it like you're like kind of getting like a preview of that place is going to be. um I don't know, because I want it to feel I mean, I want it to feel like as close to everything that's actually in the game as possible, which I mean, we've already kind of done the work of the background where um a lot of the worlds like with the mountain ranges where you have like all this around each of these, which this is again, this is like a very rough uh draft image. I did this in Wonder Drafts, so it's kind of like it's not even like super representative. It's meant to be kind of like a stylistic representation of what the world map is, but still kind of containing sort of a rough idea of how it is. When it comes to like the mountain ranges and stuff, we have those in all the maps. They're all where they're supposed to be and where you would expect them to be. Um, so the thing is, I kind of want the same thing here, but it's just got to be on, like a complete scale, which is we've never really done that before. Um, so that's going to be kind of thing. And I don't reckon I'll get it all done this stream. There's just no way. It's going to be a multi-step thing. I have to kind of spend like I'm gonna have to spend days doing, certain things and aspects of it, but I don't know. I feel like it can make it kind of more complete because, one of the things that I want is I want it to feel good to travel between these places and in ways beyond, just, maybe walking to an entrance or a passage on the edge of the map or something and then through that way, or traveling by uh, like a carriage or something like that. I don't know. Like, there's so many more. And this is one of the main things, I think. Um, but yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know exactly when I'm gonna. I need to find a way to get these uh like these region names kind of roughly where they need to be. I don't. I mean, like I said, unfortunately, I don't really have an edited image of this. That's something that happened because of the way I built this, and it's kind of just a weird, uh, kind of a weird. But I actually designed a lot of this map, um, basically off of this blank image or this blank image where we don't have any regions or anything, and I picked out where those regions would be in like literally in this widget. So it's like everything's in here and that's great. But uh I don't really have like an image that has, I don't know if it would be in one of these. I did, yeah, I did do a couple. It's not, yeah, I don't really have an image where it's outlines properly in the actual image. So um I got the control regions there. Yeah, so that's not really what I'm looking for. But yeah, so I'll have to do that. I mean, I think, do I have like, if I have the original file in here, then I probably could do it in here. What is this? Regions. Okay, this is not, looks like I started putting, I mean, I could maybe work with this. I just don't know if can I edit. I don't even remember how to use the software, so I can't see text. Yeah, okay, I can, I want to move some of this stuff around. All right, here's what I'm gonna do is I need to do this in some way, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Hopefully, I'll be able to read it when I'm done because kind of the whole point of this, be able to. And then like I'm not like again, I'm not really this here. The idea is eventually that's not even gonna be right. So um, you can see I have a landscape back here, which I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out. I don't know if I want to do it this way or not. I mean, I'm gonna attempt to do it this way and just see, just for fun. But if it looks like shit, then I'm just gonna go and probably, I mean, I could just model it, or literally, actually, what I could do, another thing that I can try doing is take like what I have here and turn this into a height map and just, you know, basically use that for the landscape, which um I mean, I think I've tried to do that in the past. The issue with it is I don't know, I just never really quite got the settings right with it, or got it to show up how I wanted, just because of the way the map is and what it thought was, uh like, for example, what it thought was like cavities in the landscape or like lakes or whatever really wasn't. It was kind of just something that was misinterpreted by the software, which, you know, I can basically, the whole way I do it is I can export it right from here as a height map. In this software, it's called Wonderdraft, like a map making software for like D&D and shit. And I guess RPGs and stuff. So, but but I never really quite got it to show up how I wanted. So I don't know. I can try it again and just see. It would probably be worth it. But I can. I guess what I would want to do. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd want to. I mean, yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter. But I was gonna say I wouldn't really want all all of that around it. I just want this continent here. But oh yeah, and here's another. No, I guess not. I guess not. I'm gonna say I thought part of I thought part of that was missing too. Part of that seems to be okay. Well, I can I can use this. Not really doing a whole lot just yet. We're kind of planning stuff out here, so um, I don't know how much we'll actually get done with this stream because I only really plan on going on for a little bit today. Because I got done watching a movie and I wanted to do something productive. So afterward, or all right, I tried pulling that image on the side and I can't really see it. So instead, I'm gonna pull this whole window over. I'll literally just start from like left, right, or I'll go from one part of the map to the other, basically, and just location. Gonna save my. Yeah, the issue with this is like this is just not gonna be legible the way. I mean, because how readable is this? Well, that's just fucking hurting my eyes. I guess I can't read that. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna. I mean, I could. So, kind of my last idea is that I just literally put text renders in the editor where I want each thing, which I can do that way because it's the image is already scaled way up, so it's easier for me to just do it right in there. Um, I don't know. I mean, again, it's pretty much just for uh representation, so it really doesn't matter. It's just that I kind of wanted to do it this way anyway, if I could, because it's nice to have a map with the complete with all the regions on it as well, which of course we don't currently have in the like a design form. It was just never really needed, to be honest. We didn't require it. But now it's kind of funny because like some of the some of the like old locations got blotted out on that map. Kind of how it. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna look right. Yeah, because watch what happens when I try to do all these right next to each other. I'm just not gonna be able to fit them where I want them to go. The text is too large. Yeah, and that's in the way too, so it's gonna. All right. Yeah, let me I'll do it this way instead. Do this fine. To oh stop white. Alright, so let me start off where I started. We're probably gonna want to scale this very bit. I don't know how much. 5 maybe. And if I make the text black, it's a little easy. So I think this will be fine for like representation's sake. It doesn't really need to be like right on. Just needs to be close enough, but of course I'm gonna try to get it as close. Um, I missed. No, stop it. Yeah, and I would like to say that I'm confident enough in just looking at the map that I can tell exactly where everything's at just by looking at it. But to be quite honest with you, um, there's just way too many of these regions that probably could. I just don't. Still gonna need. I'm still gonna need to have them on here. So, I'm good, but I'm not that good for 50 something of these. See, like this is one where I don't even kind of like right above. Um, and you're not gonna be able to see that, but just say it's somewhere over here, really about right there. But of course I can't without possibly. Yeah, it was really stupid the way that I did that. I don't know why I had created it this way. Oh, that's all right. As long as we get it roughly where that's not the best, but yeah, because the whole point of this is just so I know where everything's at and where I need to kind of line around. Probably be easier to do the top view. All I'm really doing is X renders right now. Not a oh well, if I do that, I'm gonna have to. That's all right. And around for that. Doesn't help that it's like overly bright. It's freaking UDS, but whatever. Yeah, there's like 55 or something, maybe more now. Like, oh my goodness. Wow. And then we got like it above it anyway. Because eventually, what I'm gonna do, um, once I start getting more confident with like kind of outlining what's there, assuming this is the way that I end up creating um, I'm going to probably end up hiding this plain image that has the map on it and just sculpting around the region names. So that's kind of why I'm trying to get them as close as I can, but I'm not like worried about getting them right where I want them because I'm kind of using both as a. So then some of these don't even need to be on here. They won't be an actual world map, or there'll be something else eventually. Like I still have a tutorial for this tutorial map on here, but it says on the map, so I don't know. Which is, I mean, it's fine, I guess. Put everything on here for now. But it's care about that. But, Actually, we'll put that above that because I'm not gonna even have that visible anyway when I'm hiding it. Yeah, because the idea is eventually I'll have enough here so I can kind of just look at just those are at and then roughly kind of design the um like the landscape around it. So and that should work fine. Um no, no, I could just like literally I mean if I really do want to sculpt it in here, what I could do is like also if I'm just not like because this is gonna depend on like how I implement this. If I don't want to do this as like a map, like whether I like load it in, you know, through like a stream level or something where that would require I have to put it on every single map, and I'm not really honestly a big fan of that method. I don't know. I don't really see how that would work too well, but um the alternative thing is it's like an actor we're bringing in that way and um it's kind of like an isolated thing that we spawn in, you know, similar to like seeing render stuff. You know, it'd be in an isolated environment in the map that it's like spawned in that way. But we would just the only thing is obviously, you know, you can't have a landscape with that, right? So what I'd have to do is like I mean I could sculpt it in here still, export I could export the height map and bring it into like I don't know, do a couple different things. I could bring it I mean Blender, I could bring it in. I think you can I haven't used World Machine in a little while, but I word is like meshes stuff too. I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. There's a couple different options, and then um, I would bring that in, you know, in that way as a mesh, you know, or something like that. Which I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that look quality wise is the thing. So I have to, especially with this style that I'm doing with this game. So not sure. There's a couple. That valley, the other one. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like copying the ones that already have like text or you know, right? I mean, you can barely. And like I said, I'm gonna be hiding that anyway. So yeah, I guess it's. I guess my answer is already been answered, or my question has already been answered. Yeah, because I'll need some of these aren't even in here yet. So like I mean, we'll just probably end up leaving the kind of. I'm not going in any particular direction. Like I said, by the way, I'm kind of just going everywhere. Um, Now I'm going from like bottom to top, trying to just work my way up. Having to zoom in a good bit on the map that I have pulled on my other, so I can actually see what the names. And then it's quite a bit. That one. But I'm just copying and pasting them. It's just yeah, and honestly, yeah, if I'm gonna do it this way anyway, I should put these as close to locations as possible, even if it's kind of going like, like I can't obviously I can't read it like this, but then if I hide, yeah, because of the text and stuff that's kind of the whole again the whole reason I'm doing it like this, so that I basically just have two for this. The first is going to be like an initial like kind of sculpt like outline, I guess. The other part will be putting, you know, I guess refining whatever I based off of, the actual location positions and all that. So and then I can go back and forth between the two. Yeah, it's like here probably want to. What I should do is I should just take this overworld map or whatever it ends up being and just turn it into the actual game map and say fucking I'm a smaller world. Nah, I don't know. I mean, the scope of this game is kind of unintentional. Or not unintentionally, intentional large. Um, because it's kind of just something I do for fun. Like at the end of the day, I mean, I want it to be something really great. But I also just don't want to like. I'm not in any rush to complete it. So I'm not like wanting to necessarily skimp on my vision for this project now, um, just to kind of save time. It's not really, it's just not an interest for this project. There's no, there's no to to cut anything just yet. I mean, there's things I'll definitely probably like some of these worlds. Like we don't need to have every single one of them full game when it's out. It just needs to be the main story follows. We have those there. Um, of course, rest, ones that are like for I don't know shit. It's if we end up doing this game, it could be stuff like that. So it's okay for us to have some spaces in here. It's not. Um, that's kind of the whole idea. I suppose. Some, it's weird because I usually do this sort of thing in the morning now, or I used to do it in the morning. Now I do it at night rather. Where dev streams. I used to do these early, typically on the weekend. When I'm more of a morning person. But after I got all this uh, health issues and stuff, and all this crap going on, um, kind of turned me into a night person. I mean, I already kind of was, but so I was just kind of forced to be awake late at night because what was going on. So I've kind of been stuck that way pretty much um, yes. I don't know. I don't know if we'll keep doing these late in the night forever or eventually get back on a morning schedule. Had the whole schedule thing which I'm not even using at this point. It's kind of just there on some unsuspecting viewer to look at, go, oh look, this guy has a schedule. Let's see if he follows it. I don't think anybody does that, but if they did, they'd be very disappointed. Um, I kind of just do it whenever I feel like it. Um, Depending on how a couple different projects go that I'm involved in, we might start doing streams for those projects as well. So maybe that would be incentive for me to stream more often. I don't know. Because it's a project I really have to do it. Uh, Stream to you know. So looking to see if I missed anything. A couple places in here I could probably fill in stuff, and that's kind of more what I was getting at. A lot of um, like empty spots in the continent. Or they don't seem so empty because all the text and all that, but everything seems pretty close together. But in like the map view, it's actually a very large. We're talking like kilometers worth of distance between just these locations alone. So it's quite quite a large area coverage for where all this stuff is, and even all these like empty, well, again, not seemingly empty spaces where the mountains are and stuff. Is any white space you see could be like just kilometers in width, uh, or just just general area coverage. Um, yeah, it's one thing like about this map that I could see if you looked at it just like this, you would definitely not that just by looking. no like actual representation of the scale just yet. I mean, I'm hoping that again this like the way that I want to design this obviously is kind of a micro scale of the world map. Like it's a very supposed to be like a accurate representation of it, right? As accurate as we could possibly get it, but at the same time, it's like kind of a like a micro scale of what the actual map is. Of course, the idea is that like the points of interest that we want to show in those areas, whether it's like a tower or like a certain mountain or something or a statue. I don't know. It could be uh, anything that represents what would be in that region. Um, that we just also show that at kind of the same or similar scale. Um, and it doesn't have to look like, oh, like as a enlarged house or an enlarged tower in the mountain where it should be a lot, it should obviously be a lot smaller, right? But like see stuff like that is like that's where I'm kind of like thinking like I'm not trying to go for that realism necessarily. It's more like I'm just trying to do everything sort of at a general like micro scale representation. So um yeah, I mean it's like with it's like with Lego, right? In their icon sets and stuff. I don't know. Um they try to do everything like minifig scale and all that stuff. Maybe that's a good that actually is a good like uh I guess similarity to what I'm talking about, but um something in that way, just maybe a bit larger scale because this area is actually quite large. Like it's I'm doing a full like this is a full size like 2 kilometer landscape in the background. Obviously we're not going to use all of it. Um, I'll probably um, I'll probably only use what's here, and I could do these continents. That would be cool. I mean, it'd be cool just to have them. Um, because I did have plans to expand even further. As scary as that is to say, um, but that's it's distant future, and also just for fun, so, or for like lore expansion and stuff. Because this is still kind of all eventually like going to be stuff of full writings. Currently, the writing, like any sort of written material that I have for this, is like kind of mostly scattered. Like it's not actually like in like a isolated standalone book just yet. But once it is, I want to be able to expand it like that too.
Do
Uh,
or do not. There is no try.
I just got your message on Discord. What is like cut down or something? We're not even in the middle of a thunderstorm yet. I wonder what July is going to bring us. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if we're going to get a. I don't want to say the H word. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it or not. Actually, I shouldn't even say that. I'm a Floridian. I should embrace hurricanes. I said it. I said the word. But yeah, I don't know. It's happening kind of whenever. So, soon is coming up. I know there's been a couple tornadoes about recently. Damn, how many of these do I have, dude? It's insane. I mean, it's crazy when you're looking at it at like this scale. It's like doing with my life. Um, yes, actually, kind of, yes. I mean, not to the point where it's like right above my head or anything, but I mean, we get like so some hurricanes that I've been through, like the last one, actually spawned like a lot of tornadoes. There's a bunch of like little ones, not like the I'm not talking like big like Oklahoma ones. Um, but like um yeah, hurricanes can spawn tornadoes. And when they do, usually a lot of small ones that are kind of isolated, or not isolated, but they're all kind of like in different, like they all go off in different parts. Um, and the last one that I went through did that, and we actually got a tornado watch over here. I ended up going, obviously taking shelter because I wasn't sure, we weren't sure where they were gonna go. It ended up not coming up. Um, it's kind of scary. Not as scary as the ones that hit in actual tornado areas. And man, I remember when I was a wee lad. uh Hurricane Charlie, dude. Yeah, that was bad. That I actually was I mean I was a kid, granted, but obviously I was terrified either way. But that one I was really but what's I doing? I copied this. Jeez. Please. Thought there was something that told you how to select. guess there's that one up there. Actually, I want to. Don't want to close this. See if it change in that. Come on, dude, load. We're done. Damn. All right. Guess I broke it. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a. All right. Well, I can try importing a height map in here and seeing how it looks, but I don't. What I think. Probably not. The alternative is like hand sculpting all that. That's gonna take. Get it how I want it. Just want to see something real quick. I want to see how this kind of looks. Um. Yeah, but we're not gonna want it that well anyway. Even if we did. Hmm. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm kind of just screwing around with this, thinking. I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean, I want to kind of. I do kind of want to try a height map approach. But the thing is, I kind of feel like I don't do because like I could. I mean, if I'm doing this at kind of like a micro scale anyway, like it doesn't. I mean, doesn't need to be like. It just needs to look nice, you know. It needs to look nice to go around in at that scale. But in terms of like, yeah, I don't know. The main thing for me is just like if I'm doing if I sculpt mountains like this, like just using landscape thing like this, you know, how do I get those to look nice, right? That's just gonna maybe require a bit of like additional like mesh detail, so like with using rock assets or something, or you know, just anything that I can use, I guess, that look. This is those tiny ones, right? It's like yeah, that's still the hobbit scale over. Yeah, why do I don't need a fucking height. I can just do this way. Literally trace right over it. Do my own thing. That's it. That's the new game. That's the new world map. That's it. It's done. This yeah, it's kind of tricky to do this at this scale though. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I can get this working. Hmm. Yeah. I'm almost thinking I want to also incorporate like local, like the local world map in the same system, which would be really cool because basically have it where you can get it in kind of a more detailed part of whatever area you're currently visiting in the world map view. Then when you're done, obviously, onto this. Maybe it's a scroll wheel thing where you can scroll, zoom in, basically. I don't know. Yeah, that All right. Sneeze. Probably go on just a little bit longer. Pick back up. Hopefully tomorrow. cut it off here. Get back up on this soon and see where it goes. I think this could be something really neat, you know, if we pull it off right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is like, it still kind of looks like shit. Just a rough little oops. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think it might hold up alright. Micro scale. Alright. Oh, and